Myanmar. Red. United. 세가의 조선. Passion. Spirit. 次のプレミアムフィールドへ。
The view is almost like peering down on the star-filled night sky at your feet. It's the city at night seen from a height of 450 meters. Make unforgettable memories. City lights stretching for as far as the eye can see. Find it at Tokyo Skytree.
Man, look at all these cars.
Hey, have you heard, by the way? The Japanese company Kobelco is working to make the world's cars lighter.
So what does that mean?
Kobelco is using aluminum and steel technologies to make car parts and bodies lighter around the world.
Ah, Japanese technology. The country of karate. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Why do we always do that?
I don't know.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Maki Arai.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week, we bring you the freshest information out of Japan right here from a studio in Tokyo.
From the economy to culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
Channel Japan Ranking.
We bring you Channel Japan Ranking, in which we rank some of the hottest products and services in the country.
And today we want to start off with a list of famous proverbs and quotations related to fathers in Japan. Here's the list. Children learn from their parents and families' daily habits. Earthquakes, thunder, fires, and fathers. Children grow by watching the backs of their parents, and fathers and peppers are better hot. And parents' love goes unrecognized by children. What do you think of when you think of a father?
Well, they're strict, and they could be the most quiet person in the family.
I see. Yes, that could be the case. It's interesting. A study was conducted on over 10,000 people, asking them what they think of their father, and here are the results. First place came kind, followed by stubborn, reliable, strict, and hardworking. Today we're focusing on the image that came in second, which is stubborn. And in past generations, Japanese fathers were known as being very stubborn. And when you look up the definition for stubborn in Japan, it means to be rigid and determined not to change one's attitude or way of thinking.
True. Well, although it may sound like a negative thing, it also gives the impression of someone who has a strong persistence toward their beliefs.
That's why the word stubborn brings to mind not only the image of fathers, but also a male, middle-aged store owner. And it may seem like something people want to avoid at stores, but it can become a selling point to promote their image.
So today we will introduce some stores that are well known for having stubborn store owners.
Tatebayashi City in Gunma Prefecture. We've been told of an obstinate ramen restaurant owner here, but upon arrival there are only rice fields to be found. After a long walk,
緑の葉っぱで覆われた。なんでしょう、あれは廃墟かな？お店？これはないかな？
not entirely convinced, we approach the building. The building, which has been overrun by trees, is covered in spider webs and has mushrooms growing everywhere.
ここですよ、ここ。
This is Yoneya, the rumored ramen restaurant. There's some unique signage at the front of the store. It appears the specialty is roast pork fillet ramen. We venture inside to try it out.
これ店内。
It Inside, a poster on the wall states, "We do not accept questions regarding our ramen."
説明しないんですか？
言う必要ないでしょ。だって中に何入ってんだってうるさいんですよ。
We've grown ever more curious about this grumpy owner's popular ramen.
味がやっぱ違うんですか？
いや、食べてみてください。だから
じゃあぜひいただきたいですね。
食べて、あ、なるほどなって分かればいいし。
Though it's old, the restaurant won't be beaten on flavor. And this is what the owner has whipped up for us. The finest bowl of salt-flavored ramen, ordered by around 80% of his customers. He uses the highest grade domestic poultry sourced from Kyushu and Shikoku to make the soup broth. The soup, though rich and thick, leaves a fresh aftertaste. The restaurant is buzzing with customers, all clamoring for delicious ramen. There are local regulars and also travelers.
独特のその鶏の風味が濃くて個性のあるラーメンですね。
無性に食べたくなるんですよね。
そうなんだよね。
ボロくてもうまいラーメン作るにはお金をかけられないってそこですよ。わざとこんな格好を悪くしてるわけないですよ。妥協しないね。悪いけど。
こだわりですね。
負けてないよ。負けないと思うよ。
The fussy owner's ramen is a diamond in the rough.
いらっしゃい。どうぞ。何？どうしたの？
ラーメン。
早く閉めなきゃ虫が入るんだよ。
He's also fussy about his customers. We've come to downtown Tokyo, having heard of a restaurant owner who's very particular about how his dishes are eaten. There's a huge line outside the restaurant from lunchtime. The owner keeps ushering customers in, whether the shop is full or not.
せっかく来たんだよ。そう。入っちゃうから。俺こっちは向いたから向こうよほら。
This noted restaurant owner goes to great pains to make his meat skewers, and is so confident of their excellence, he makes a point of showing customers how to eat them properly.
肉はねこっちから出していくの。一人9はディナーだと思った。ディナーだって。焼き鳥屋のディナーって。
The owner will absolutely not allow any customer to order extra until they've eaten all 9 skewers, and beware if you don't eat them to his liking. If you don't eat them to his recommended style, you'll incur his fiery wrath.
ダメよ取っちゃうからそのまま食べないと。ダメなんですか？そうストレートで食べて。串をね立てて。
After eating the meat, the skewers should be placed across the plate like a bridge. He says it's to prevent the flavors from mixing on the plate.
どうだい味は。
He wants his customers to enjoy his delicious offerings. That's why he stubbornly refuses anyone lacking in manners.
帰ってもらいます。帰ってもらいます。もう帰れって。
Even so, many patrons love him and fill the restaurant to bursting.
飲み物も食べ物もやっぱある程度こだわりがないとダメではないですよね。売る方も食べる方も生意気だとか何だと言われても絶対これは通しますから、そうせずはよろしくお願いします。
Though the owner is kind and strict in turns, the restaurant is full of laughter. Next is an old-fashioned roadside stop called Ijimaya, with a row of vending machines at its front. The owner here has a very strong sense of justice.
ここがその噂の飯島屋さんですよ。その店はこれですね。すごい。
Why is it in such a state of disrepair? The corrugated roof is a mess and the building itself has buckled. Once inside, we spot something unusual.
おうおう、なんだこれは。逮捕。逮捕って書いてます。逮捕。窃盗犯へ次ぐ。覚悟していてください。自販機荒らしをしたあなたです。警察よりお呼びがかかるのを覚悟してお待ちください。
He's put a notice on the vending machines to ward off criminals. But that's not all.
防犯カメラ、すごいんですよ、数が。1台でしょ、2台でしょ。そして、まだあるよね、3台目。これ最新ですよね。そして、ここに4台。
There are actually a total of 6 cameras in the store.
5台、6台の防犯カメラ。もう自販機コーナー、死角なしと。
5 cameras are set up outside. And there's more.
防犯カメラ設置店、トイレ利用者監視中。トイレ監視されてるの？あ、ほら。
That's right. Even the toilet has a camera installed. Is it really necessary to monitor such a tumbled-down roadside store to this extent?
いらっしゃいましたよ、ほら。
It's the justice-seeking owner. He's run the roadside stop for 34 years.
見えるカメラで今12台ぐらいあったと思うんですけど、どうですか、数的には足りてますか？
自分としたら足んないですね。
足りない。
はい。
He says the store has had a long history of battling crime, with over $3,000 worth of goods stolen from the vending machines.
捕まえたいって気持ちありますから、やっぱりやられっぱなしっては悔しいですね。
Though this amount of security may seem excessive, it's a sign of the owner's commitment to catching the vending machine vandals. But how much did all this security cost?
まあ1000弱ぐらいかな。
1000弱、カメラ、防犯でですか？
まあ、そうですね。
This is his secret surveillance room. The cameras are recording 24 hours a day. You can see how detailed the picture is. Even the number plate on our van is clear.
おー。
こんな感じですね。
これは鮮明ですね。死角なしな気がしますね。これでも満足しない。
しない。
もう意地ですね、ここまで来ると。
そうですね。
The justice-seeking owner of this old roadhouse continues to fight crime on a daily basis.
カメラつけすぎなんじゃないですか？
カメラ？だってやられたら嫌だもん。
この後も戦いは続くと。
廃業するまで。
Each store owner really was stubborn about what they believed in.
They were, weren't they? I really want to visit the 2 restaurants that were introduced.
We should all remember the word ganko, stubborn. After the break, we'll be showing you a documentary program. Stay tuned.
We do our jobs with sincerity and integrity to make a better living environment for the people and our society. Today's work, tomorrow's heritage. Shimizu Corporation.
Omron is a company like no other. It defines expectations because engineers are constantly working on something new. Machines that are attuned to the way people think and move. Therein lies technology that will one day help the future. We automate. Omron.
Mitsui & Company.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we'll show you some of our popular documentary programs. Today from Japanese Dream by TBS, we will introduce a woman who is making fabrics that are surprising the world.
Yes, now in the past, the textile industry was one of Japan's key industries and played a big part in its economic development. But now Japan has lost a lot of ground in this area because they can't compete with prices overseas. And we have a graph over here showing the production volume of synthetic fiber in Japan.
Well, it's clear that the production volume is really decreasing.
It is, isn't it? And it's less than half of what it used to be in 2004. But even in this kind of difficult market condition, there's a university professor who's traveling all around Japan to work with traditional Japanese craftsmen and is implementing innovative ideas to make new types of fabrics.
So today we will take a look at how they are creating new products.
A Japanese woman is making unusual textiles which are housed in collections of 28 art galleries worldwide. Discerning collectors from the Boston Museum of Fine Arts have come for a glimpse of this wondrous fabric.
You can just see some of the feather.
Yes. How fabulous.
Oh. Without both hand and technology, we are not able to make this feather flowers, origami shape. And this has like, it's nice, right?
Reiko Sudo is a designer who creates textiles. She has helped revive the disappearing craft of Japanese textiles with innovative ideas.
今残っているような日本のテキスタイル産地は全て世界に向けてものづくりをしていく時代だと思うんですよね。
The beauty of Japanese textiles has been succeeded for generations and is now being shown to the world.
I have a dream.
Sudo's shop is in Tokyo's Roppongi district. One of her fabrics astonished the world.
車の塗装の技術なんですけれども、スパッタリングっていうメッキの技法で、これはステンレスなので、ステンレスって合金ですから、スチールとニッケルとクロム。ニューヨークの近代美術館のキュレーターの目に留まって、日本のテキスタイルは新しい素材を作ることができる得意な環境があるっていうような評価をもらうんですよね。
This is the stainless steel fabric that Sudo made. It's now housed in permanent collections of 10 art galleries. This bag utilizes the luster of the stainless steel fabric. Although it's fabric, care needs to be taken around metal detectors. Here we reveal some of Sudo's designs. This appears to be ordinary fabric. However, when it's placed in hot water, a bizarre change occurs. It shrinks and pleats begin to appear. The fabric's ability to contract creates a three-dimensional textile. Next is a modern form of tie-dye. Originally a time-consuming job, it involves twisting the fabric tight to create patterns. This is the modern technique. The fabric is placed over dyed paper, then pushed downwards. The fabric appears through the holes. When pressed at a high temperature, the color is transferred to the fabric, while the fabric pushed through the holes and creases remain undyed. This is the finished product. This unusual machine once embroidered heraldry designs. But when Sudo applies her inspiration,
テープを刺繍したんですけども、テープの下に、溶ける、これ洗濯のりなんかと同じ材質なんですね。ぬるめのお湯に入れますけれども、本当にこんな風に溶けちゃうんですよね。ポリビニルアルコールっていう洗濯のりと一緒なので、成分が。それでレース状の布ができると。
By combining Japanese traditional and modern technology, a completely new type of textile is created. Sudo also wears another hat as a university professor. She's been teaching a great passion of hers, hand looming, for 30 years. It's the origin of Japanese textile making.
自分が着てる洋服どこ製か考えたことある？日本製着てるよっていう人手挙げて。3人か。ちょっと見てみて、自分の札を。みんな買う時ってさ、日本製だと思って買ってる？それともそういうことはあんまり意識してない？どう？
大体中国かな。
中国かなと思ってる。知らないところで日本のテキスタイルは日本人以上に外国人に評価されていて、私たち日本人はなんか中国製だとかインド製だとか着てね、それはないんじゃん？それはないよね。じゃあ私たちが今生きている私たちがやれることって何かな。
Sudo's love of Japanese fabrics stems from the cute outfits of her childhood, which were entirely handmade by her mother. She became involved with establishing a company called Nuno as a designer 30 years ago. But 3 years after starting, the parent company suddenly collapsed. Sudo took over the business at 33, its fate still hanging. She had never seen the accounts book before, and the amount of debt astonished her.
非常に厳しかったですね。ゼロからスタートというか、ゼロからスタートしたのにマイナスの状態で私は受け取ってるんですよ。当然引き継ぐって決めたあたりは本当に眠れなかったですね。
It was at the height of the bubble economy. No factory would listen to Sudo, who had taken on huge debts. They would say they were busy, that there was no work and to just go home. It was then that she met Yamazaki, a velvet weaver.
その時私今でも覚えてるの。和紙を動かすようななんかアイデアくれとか出せと。そしたらやってやるよって言われたんだよ。あの時。そうそう。
いや、この時は何やしら俺の方が偉かったで何でも言ってたけど、今はもうはるかに上みたいろ。
俺の方が偉い。
His advice was the impetus for not giving up, that ideas, not profits, compel people to action.
まだマイナスです。気分的にはもうかなりプラスなんですけど、マイナスですね。ずーっと返してますよ。大好きですね。からマイナスだプラスだとか考えてなくて、気が付くともう布のことを考えてるかそうですね、好きですね。本当に好きですね。
In the heart of New York City is MoMA, which has captured design as an art form. The items for sale in the museum shop also include art. The buyers select high-quality design pieces from around the world to sell.
失礼します。わ
They'll soon arrive at Sudo's store. She's begun making new items in anticipation of their visit. She asked for support from the production area of Japanese obi sash, which has been disappearing.
なかなか続いてっていうのはないんですよね。
あ、それはね、私たちはもうとにかくできなくなるまでやろうっていう趣味なんですよ。工場がもう閉鎖するとか、できなくならない限り、布がある限りやり続けようというふうに言ってるんでね。ね、やりましょうね、もう。
She's come up with a bold idea to preserve obi-making techniques. She's decided to make woolen scarves using a weaving loom originally for making double-woven obis. It creates a soft texture completely different to stiff obi fabric.
もう発想がね、全然その織り場の人のそういうやつじゃなく考えてきますからね、作ってもらおうね。
She's created distinctly Japanese-style scarves woven using obi-making techniques and awaits the MoMA buyer's arrival with 40 new pieces created together with producers from across Japan.
Wow, こんにちは, hello. Nice to see you again. Fine. Great to see you again.
Good to see you. You make it difficult because there's so many nice things.
These are brand new patterns, so
wonderful.
That's great.
Is this the same? This is
same
bigger.
Bigger because it's based on the obi, like a special weaving room. So I just wanted to keep the size. I think in a few years, maybe 5 years or 10 years, all the equipment will be gone. And I just wanted to keep making textile together with the obi maker or kimono maker as much as we could.
Right.
That's our kind of like
mission. Yeah.
Mission? Yeah. Can I use that word?
Of course. Yeah, it makes sense.
Because permanent printed.
Sudo's textiles are a blend of Japanese tradition and technology, which are unique in the world. The buyers have selected 24 pieces to take back. She will wait to hear if they will use any for the shop.
感触いいんじゃないの? ね.
A few days later, the buyers held a strict selection process for the products they gathered from around the world.
初めて、コンサベーションライブラリーだって。ここで会議があるってこと?
So yesterday we reviewed about 200 scarves. We selected about half a dozen scarves, and we hope to feature maybe 2 or 3 in our fall catalogue. We develop every year a collection of stationery and notebooks under the brand MoMA. Because Sudo was obviously a great choice, a textile that are very innovative and very unique. So she's definitely part of the MoMA DNA.
DNA なの? Wow! ありがとうございます。わあ、すごい。すごいね、マニュエルソルト。素晴らしい、嬉しいです。日本のテキスタイルってすごいね。こんなに豊かな表情を持ってるよとか、手触りがいいよとかって外国人から言われて、我々日本人がそれに気づかないっていうのか、私たちがだから伝えきれてないのかもしれないんですよね。もしかしたらもっともっとやっぱり伝えること、日本のテキスタイルの良さ、私たちが一緒にものづくりをしている産地の人たちの声をもっとちゃんと伝えなくちゃいけないって、それはやんなきゃならないことだなと。
like we saw in the video, many of the fabrics they produced are now permanently stored in museums around the world, and it's also possible to buy products like the scarves that are made out of these fabrics.
Well, it looks like collaborations between traditional Japanese industries and innovative design, like the collaboration of the obi and scarf making, will continue to expand in the future.
Yes, and actually various industries are taking notice of this, and we have a few examples. In traditional Japanese paper making called washi, an artist named Eriko Horike is gathering attention from around the world through innovative designs in her works, and this is one of them. And she makes lightings and tables using washi.
Nice, it's very elegant.
Isn't it? And this is also another collaboration.
This is a keyboard for computers?
Yes, it is. And it's actually made in collaboration with a traditional Japanese craft. And like you can see, the keys on the keyboard are made using a traditional lacquer technique from Ishikawa Prefecture called wajima nuri.
So why did wajima nuri collaborate with computers?
Well, the Japanese lacquer used for wajima nuri is very durable and has a long history in Japan as a practical and highly functional coating agent. And these merits were combined with IT machinery to create this product.
I see. Well, I'm sure that these innovative products that incorporate traditional Japanese crafts will gather attention from overseas countries as a new kind of export from Japan. And after the break, we'll be showing you an episode from a popular economics program, Gachiri Monday. Don't go away.
Enjoy traveling around East Japan. The Shinkansen will take you to the land of nature and hospitality. East Japan Railway Company.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green solar power systems in Singapore.
Sistem AC ramah lingkungan di Indonesia.
Eco changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
Asia, the engine of the global economy. Japan, a regional powerhouse. And now, direct from Japan, economic news with a global impact in Chinese, delivered by Nikkei. Read the future, lead the economy. Nikkei, Japan's leading media for business.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll show you an episode from a popular Japanese economics program, Gachiri Monday by TBS. Today's theme is a topic we covered before, trade publications.
Yes, now trade publications are newspapers that are geared for a certain industry and has a specific focus. So, Arai-san, do you know of any trade publications?
Well, we have a trade publication in the broadcasting industry as well. And how many trade publications exist domestically?
Well, there are over 300 trade publications in Japan, and most readers are people who work in that specific industry. So it usually covers topics such as potential hit products or information on newly developed technologies.
So today we will take a look at these trade publications and introduce some of the hot topics across the different industries.
We first visited a company which publishes a newspaper for the glass industry. The paper gives news about trade shows and the release of new products. It is geared towards the glass industry. So, what was the biggest news in the glass industry this year?
おそらく世界最薄と思われるガラスを開発したみたいなんですよね。
This is the factory of Nippon Electric Glass in Shiga Prefecture. We asked to see the thinnest glass in the world.
実はこれがこれは確かに
We asked the manager how thick it is.
これは薄い。これは通常の薄板ガラスで 0.7 ミリの厚みなんですけども、我々はこれのまださらに薄いガラスを開発してました。これがおそらく世界最薄の 0.03 ミリの厚みのガラスです。
It looks quite flimsy.
これガラス？ガラスです。
It is so thin that it looks like plastic film.
こんなに曲がるって。これはガラスだから割れます。割れる。はい。
It can be bent to some extent, but if bent too much, it will break. Film will melt when it is put over a fire. But because this is real glass, it doesn't melt at all.
ガラスがそこまで薄くなるとこういうロールに巻くことができるんです。
So, the thickness of the world's thinnest glass is 0.03 millimeters.
本当だ。
That's less than half the thickness of a sheet of copy paper. So, how is this product used?
例えばこのガラスの特性を生かしてですね、有機 EL 照明というような最近新しく開発されている照明の材料として使われています。
Unlike conventional lighting that emits light from a point source, organic electroluminescence light emits light on the surface. By putting this glass on an EL sheet, it can be made into flexible lighting. How this enforced glass is made is a trade secret. But basically, molten glass is pulled downwards with uniform force. This ultra-thin glass has the potential to be applied in various fields. The paper's editor-in-chief shared with us more information about the glass industry.
薄くて、おそらく世界最強と思われるガラスを開発されたみたいなんです。今度世界最強ですか？と思われる。
In this building near Tokyo Station, AGC Asahi Glass has its headquarters.
こちらになります。ドラゴントレイル X と言いまして、ちょっとやそっとで割れないガラスになっています。
With protective gloves on, we hit it.
いいね。すごいですね。普通のガラスに比べて約8倍の強度。8倍。
To test the difference with ordinary glass, we experimented with this iron ball. When you drop it on ordinary glass of the same thickness, naturally it breaks. But when you drop it on the reinforced glass, the iron ball simply bounces back. You can see that the glass bends and absorbs the shock. Next, we dropped 5 iron balls together on the glass. And it still didn't break. Even if you hit the glass with a hammer, it won't even crack. But if you want strength, can't plastic be used instead of glass?
プラスチックの方が、特に屋外に置いた時ですね、傷つきやすくて、だんだん長期間置いていくと曇ってくるという現象が起こってきます。
When you scratch the surface of plastic, it leaves a mark. But glass is more durable to scratches. This reinforced glass is used as the cover glass for smartphones and tablets. It was also used at the World Cup in Brazil, inside the stadiums.
このベンチのですね、このルーフにこのドラゴントレイル X が使用されております。
The glass was used for the bench roof so that spectators could see the players clearly.
まずはボールですね。やはり比較的ピッチに近いところにありますので、やはりボールが飛んでくるっていうことがまずあるのを一つ意識しておりまして、はい。で、もちろん外から何か物が来ても選手を守ると、両方を役割として持たなきゃいけないと。
Even if you kick a ball from a meter away, it is still totally intact.
なんともないですね。
なんともないです。
Again, how this glass is made is a trade secret. But by employing a special material, they achieve both the characteristics of hardness and elasticity. This company, located in the office district of Tokyo, publishes a trade paper for stationery. Among their news on events and hit products in the industry, they have a popular column that introduces good stationery stores called Inside the Store. At the same time, successful products continuously appear in the paper. The president showed us one of the popular items called Jetstream Prime. It is a mechanical pencil made of brass. It is very stable and comfortable to write with. Even though it costs over $50, it sells extremely well. Another popular item is this sticker. It is used to mark areas where you have a question. When the question is answered, the top part is torn off to make it into an exclamation mark. It is said to be quite popular among students. The next hit item is actually quite standard, but it has gained a lot of attention lately.
革命と言われるほどの大ヒット商品がすでに誕生しています。
We visited the manufacturer to find out the secret behind the success.
0.2 ミリです。
0.2ミリ？
はい。
This is a mechanical pencil called Oranz, and it's unbreakable. It uses a 0.2 millimeter diameter lead. The standard is 0.5 millimeter, and the thinnest used to be 0.3 millimeter. So a diameter of 0.2 millimeter is unconventionally thin. We tested to see how they are different. The writing of a 0.5 millimeter lead and a 0.2 millimeter lead pencil are very different. Lately, in the mechanical pencil market, the thinness of the lead is the key to increasing sales. But this brought up a difficult challenge, because the thinner the lead is, the easier it is to break. This company developed a new mechanism to prevent the lead from breaking. On the package, it says, "Write without letting the lead out." When pushing the pencil tip onto the paper, the silver tip slides up, and just enough lead emerges to write. Because the length of the lead is barely enough to write with, it doesn't break easily. This pencil also makes it possible to write in very fine print. This product met its annual sales goal of 200,000 pieces in just 3 months. Next, we visited a publisher located right next to the Defense Ministry. Asagumo is a publication for the Self-Defense Force and carries news about activities as well as personal transfers and promotions.
私は防衛技術を担当しています。
防衛技術。
はい。
This writer is in charge of introducing the latest technologies in the private sector.
民間で優れた製品を防衛省自衛隊向けに紹介するというのが、この技術が光るっていう欄です。
For example, the paper introduced a fabric-tight concrete that hardens when mixed with water, which is ideal for making trenches. And a folding boat, which can be assembled in 10 minutes for use in water operations. Here's another item this trade paper is reporting about.
命が助かるような、そういう製品は、自衛隊にあってもいいんじゃないかなということで、紹介させてもらいました。
According to the article, soldiers face constant danger while defending the Southwest Islands because they have to travel on boats with heavy weapons. This item called FuWatch protects soldiers if they fall from a high-speed boat. We asked a distributing agent to explain how the item is used.
こちらですね。
時計。
はい。
To find out exactly how this watch works, we tested it ourselves. While wearing this watch on your wrist, you pull the lever up, and suddenly a flotation bar comes out. This flotation bar will keep you afloat. While maintaining the functions of a regular watch, it can also save your life. If you fall from a boat, you can pull the lever and compressed air blasts out. And in 3 seconds, the airbag stored inside the watch belt will fill up with air. A soldier of 100 kilograms can stay afloat as long as 5 hours. This watch was made by a Taiwanese manufacturer and was originally sold for leisure activities. However, after this paper covered it in one of their issues, because the writer thought it could be used as a defense item, a maritime self-defense force personnel who read the article contacted the distributor. Right now, it's under experimental use.
びっくりします。海上自衛隊ですとかそういったところからまさかお声がかかるというふうにはちょっと思ってなかったもので、はい。
A watch that makes sea activities safer.
And although trade publications are aimed at people within the industry, there was a lot of information that would be useful to anyone.
I thought so too. And of course, there are many other trade publications besides the one we introduced today. And here's a list of some of them. So, just to introduce a few, the trade publication for travel offers information about highway rest areas, and there's even a publication specifically focused on bedding that introduces a highly absorbent towel. So, do any of these interest you?
Well, I wonder what is being picked up by the food wrappings. Publication.
Yes, this publication introduced a topic about a cover that yogurt doesn't stick onto, and it talks about the special processing technology that prevents the sticking.
How about the seed variety publications? Is it about how to handle seeds and what the current trends are?
Well, yes, there's an introduction of a new, very sweet tomato variety, and also talking about food, the shiitake mushroom publication in Japan included an article about how to grow shiitake that sells for 4 times the regular prices, or about $200 per kilo.
Wow.
Let's enjoy Japan.
Wonderful.
I knew you'd like this.
You know me so well. Where to next?
Golf.
Wonderful.
Japanese garden.
That's wonderful too.
Onsen with a Fujisan view.
Wonderful.
Let's go then.
いらっしゃいませ. Wonderful.
Incredible.
Smiles ahead. Seibu Group.
Tomorrow never ends with you. With you. It won't. When the morning falls, we there so long. Well, I know we'll never.
For life's greatest
greatest moments. Bridgestone.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could do this? We make things like this possible through the power of chemistry. We're the Kaiteki Company, Mitsubishi Chemical Holdings.
Channel Japan. Your source for the voices and views of people and businesses across Japan. The latest reports on Japanese companies, culture, and technology. Find out what's happening on the ground. Every week, direct from Tokyo, Channel Japan.
Well, that's it for this edition of Channel Japan. There will be more on the latest information from Japan, so make sure you tune in again next week.